Alright. First of all, I can maybe put some music up a little bit. So that's nice and audible. I've had maybe 5 candies. Okay, five is acceptable. It must have been fate because I have no win streak. So it must have been fate. Alright, let's go for a lost run. The lost gimmick is that he can only take 2 hits before dying in any given room. So we need to play carefully. For anyone who doesn't know anything about this game, it is a game in which you play a small boy who is about to be murdered by his mother. So he crawls through a trapdoor in his bedroom floor and escapes into the basement beneath his house, where he then has to escape from all sorts of terrifying monsters by crying on them and avoid his vengeful mother. Once he avoids his mother, he kills her by crying all over her ankles. And then once he's cried over her ankles, he then crawls into the womb and destroys his unborn self from the past. Once he destroys his unborn self inside his mother's womb, he ascends to heaven, where he has to defeat a godlike version of himself before getting trapped inside a treasure chest where he has to defeat a dead version of himself. That's the general story arc of The Binding of Isaac. There will be no questions.
Feels like I'm walking on the sunshine.
There is a brand new expansion pack for this game coming out in 11 days' time, The Binding of Isaac Repentance, which is set to add a whole heap of new content, enemies, bosses, rooms, items, and all that kind of nonsense. We have our current items over there on the far right hand side. The glowing cross is the Holy Mantle. That's what gives us our second hit. And the fly next to it is Lost Fly. That's the little grey thing here that's flying around the room. It will do damage to any enemies it touches. It's not the best item, but it'll do. We're holding out for some really good stuff. We'll explain more as we go. Up in the top left, you'll notice I've got a green D4. That is, surprisingly enough, the D4. And it's a charged item. That's what the green bar next to it is. Fully charged at the moment. Once we use it, it will re-roll the items we have on the right into something else. Great for getting rid of rubbish items, but we do want to hang on to the Holy Mantle so that if we take a dumb hit like that, we have a second chance. So if we take one more in this room, we're dead. This is Pin, one of the simplest bosses in the game. Here's hoping we don't die to him, otherwise I'm going to look foolish. And he's out of here. And our first boss item is Dinner, which is a health up, which means nothing to us because we have no health. Alright then, nothing new or unique. Absolutely nothing unique whatsoever. Useless, absolutely useless. So, the argument for using the D4 grows a little bit stronger. You know, now we have 2 useless items to run, change into something else out of 3. But the Holy Mantle is very, very good. And you need to have something, you need to have some serious advantage or some serious stones to decide that you want to roll out of the D4 when you're playing as, roll out of the Holy Mantle when you're playing as the Lost. Beautiful. A run in this game lives and dies off of the items that you gather. If you're not going to get any good items, then it's a really difficult game to do well at. The Lost has certain advantages over other characters. The Lost is able to fly, as you've noticed, and it also starts with spectral tears, which is what is allowing us to shoot through various obstacles. Ordinarily, rocks and things would stop our tears from travelling forward. These stonies would stop our tears, but because they're spectral, they float right on through everything. We got a rune. It's a Dagaz rune. Dagaz gives you an extra piece of health, which is, say it with me now, useless. However, we do also get immunity from curses, which can happen on floors, and those just make the floors a bit harder to deal with. So it is kind of useful to hang on to. Pills are universally bad news. Now our hitbox is larger, so we're more easy to hit. Like I said, pills are universally useless. This is the quarter. That gives us 25 coins, which can be found over on the left-hand side, underneath the D4. That's the number of coins we have, the number of bombs, and the number of keys. And below that is our stats. Speed, range, fire rate, shot speed, damage, luck, and we'll move on to the deity deal stuff in a minute. This is the Ludovico technique, and Jay wants me to take Ludo. If we take Ludo, rather than crying, we now have one floating tier that I can control. So it's great for things that don't move, but otherwise you need to have some really good dexterity to be able to nail this one. It is quite good to have, I guess, as the Lost, because you can go and float about somewhere where you'll be safe, which lets you focus completely on moving the tier. If you can't fly, then it's a really difficult item to work with, in my opinion. We have a shop which is selling nothing I'm too interested in right now, so we're just going to roll on out of here. If you get Nordleaf, could be good. There's so much to this game that you need to be playing it as it's released to understand it. It all seems overwhelming. It's a game that's grown to be infinitely bigger than it ever could have possibly been. This started out as a Flash game on Newgrounds, and over years and years has been expanded. There's a lot to learn for this game, and it's a game that you can only learn by trying. There's over 600 items, exactly. And the newest expansion pack's going to take that total to about 800, I think. So trying to learn what every item does and what items work with other items, it takes a long time. A lot of trial and error. I have, at the moment, how can I see this? So I've got 1,331 hours in this game, as you can see, because I forgot I was on the wrong thing. So over 1,000 hours in this game to learn it. It's not a game that comes easily. You need to put the time in. This is Littlehorn, otherwise known as our suicidal friend. He's a boss that takes care of himself. Generally, he'll just throw himself onto one of the fires or blow himself up, and that's the end of it. Synergies are indeed very important. Double the amount of my longest game time. There are streamers. And there he is. There's Isaac, the little bit character. There he is. 10 bits. Thank you very much. Obviously, there are streamers that have got 3, 4, 5,000 hours in this game. It's absurd. Anyways, over on the left, I've now got the percentages next to the upside down cross and the cross. Those are the chances of getting the top one is the chance of getting a what I call deity deal. So you can get one of these, which is a deal with the devil, or you can get a deal with the angel. The first floor will always be with deal with the devil. If you decline to take what he's offering, which we shall, because that item has no use for us, then on the next floor we have a chance to get a deal with the angel, because we were not tempted by Satan. If you take a deal from the deal with the devil, then you are locked into those. Squeezies are tears up, gives us some health as well. We don't need the health, the tears up might be quite useful. We've all been there. Oh yeah, I just realised you can't really see what's going down in the bottom left, so... Or indeed the bottom right. So if I take... oops. Let me... Oh, I can't... Okay. Gotta just look at my janky desktop for a moment then. So if I take this and that out of the way, move me up a little bit. No, I said move me up a little bit. Move me. There I go. You should be able to see the rest of what's going down a little bit easier. You can see the Degas rune down in the corner now. And our trinket down in the bottom left is the petrified poop. Which means for every poop obstacle we break, we have a chance to get an increased chance to get some items out of it. Oh, a Ludo run is so difficult, I hate it. However, there are some great synergies for Ludovico, so we're just holding out for one of those. And we'll see. I'm going to take a chance. Didn't quite pay off. Now I have no keys, so I need to try and track down another key so we can get to our next item. Oh! Teleported to an angel room, so now we have a deal with the angel. Challenge, you have to pick up every item you see on this run. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll play this run to its end, and then we'll do that. We'll do a challenge, see what we can work out. So here I've got Lil Delirium. He's a character that just follows us around and shoots. Or I've got Duality, which means that whenever we get a deity deal, because we're never guaranteed one. Whenever we get one, we can choose whether we want angel or devil deals. And I think I'm going to go for that. Purely because I think that's going to work out for us a bit better. And more pills. Great. What do you got for me? It's a tears down. You don't want to see that. See, pills. Universally bad. Universally bad. You see, now just giving myself a curse on the floor. Never mind. Lost Fly does the work though. Lost Fly, he's not immediately useful because he just floats around the side of the room and no enemies ever go there. But when he does land, he does a lot of damage. It's just about trying to navigate it into the correct position. There's our item room. You got to go there first. And this is euthanasia. Yes, needle shot. So now, I think occasionally our tear will turn into a needle, and if it's on an enemy, it should insta-kill that enemy and shoot a bunch more tears in a circle around it. So that could be useful if it works. I'm not seeing much of any needle at the moment. There we go. You see? Oh. Euthanasia could be very good. By the way, you will hear sentences that out of context sound truly horrifying, such as, euthanasia could be good. Try not to focus on that. Something's wrong, doesn't matter. Health up, doesn't matter. And that again, great. I am happy to take questions, by the way, as well. I know I said no questions. That was a joke. If there are any, please, I'm happy to answer. I feel qualified to answer. I just hope that I can. Blue candle. Blue candle's interesting, but not quite what I'm after. Right now, the car battery... I take this most of the time. So now every time we use our spacebar item, it will get used twice. So currently it's the D4, which I don't really want. So maybe we should just keep on fiddling with this machine till we get something that we do want, or until the machine explodes. The machine exploded, and it's just pills, which Universally useless. Say it with me now. Oh, yeah. Okay, Euthanasia Ludo is very good. Because it's just absolutely rinsing everything. Come here, fly. Got it. Universally useless. They certainly are on this run anyway. We haven't had anything useful at all so far. Something's wrong. Could have been useful, but it rarely is. It just drops a load of creep on the floor. That was that big black puddle, which will slow our enemies down. Okay, we're up against Peep. Peep's eyes pop out and he pees all over the floor. And then tries to shoot us. He's a very pleasant character. Everybody knows somebody like Peep. I mean, do they? Probably not. Okay, we got hit. Things are bad now. We just need to try and stay safe. Oh. Oh, the eyeball! The floating eyeball! Darn it. It's over. Okay. And if you don't, you are Peep. Everybody knows some big gelatinous mass whose eyeballs pop out and pees over the floor. If you don't, you are Peep. Okay, so that didn't go well. Jay, I accept your challenge of having to pick up every item that we see. And I'm gonna go for a random character as well. Just to make things even more interesting. Oh, Anchor! Right. So, for context, the Keeper is the worst character in the game. And the hardest to play as. And Curse of the Blind means I can't actually see what the items that we're going to be picking up are. So it's determined for me to lose this one. He does start with triple shot and increased damage, but it's just not good. His health is coins, so he can't even regain health normally. He starts with the wooden nickel, which if we use it, it might give us a coin, it might not. He's a tough boy to play with, and okay. Do we take the item or re-roll it? I have no idea what it is. So we don't know what we're going to pick up till we pick it up. Or we will never know what we miss out on if I re-roll it. Take it. Might as well just take it. I think you're right. Please be good. I mean, it's not awful. So the finger does damage in the direction that we're pointing it, basically. So it's okay. It's a passive damage dealer. So like I haven't got to get near the enemies. I can just kind of point the finger in their general direction, and it'll passively do damage across the whole room. So it's not awful. However, I would have ideally liked something a fraction more transformative. I don't know though. We could make this work. This is very unlikely to be a winning run though. Just to set everybody's expectations now. I don't tend to win as the Keeper. Well, with that attitude, it's called being realistic. And I am nothing if not a realist. I don't like the way it's all loosey-goosey. Yeah, like it just kind of flops about. You got a little bit of the finger bone sticking out the back there. It's not very pleasant. Ed McMillan does not make pleasant, family-friendly games. Just in case that wasn't abundantly clear. He made a card game called Tapeworm, where it's kind of like it's similar to Dominoes in a way. Ow! You kind of just have to create chains of worms of the same colour, basically, using your cards. He doesn't make family-friendly games. It is off-putting. But the thing is, Tapeworm was the family-friendly version of that game, which is crazy to believe, because he made a NSFW version, and plays exactly the same and looks more or less the same, except rather than being worms, the artwork depicted on the cards is of Richards. It's essentially called Richard Knots, the adult version. And it honestly, if you can bring yourself to Google it, the artwork is in a way quite beautiful, but insanely gross at the same time. You have been warned. Mum's coin purse, pills. You know it. Luck down. Oh, a tears up though. That's actually great. Okay. Pills are universally bad apart from one. Well, I mean, it doesn't count if you immediately counteract the good one with its polar opposite.
Friends till the end.
Luck down, I guess. Luck doesn't even have an impact on what pills you get. That's just... I mean, I definitely feel that luck down now, but... And the wooden nickel is not paying out with any money to replenish my health with either, which is also very debilitating at this moment in time. Okay, thank you. Can you come over here, please? Thank you. This is the other problem with the Keeper, is that he's quite a slow-paced character. What's this one? Hematemesis. So ordinarily that would cause you to lose more or less all of your health and drop a load of hearts on the floor. Hematemesis is the process of throwing up blood, I've been led to believe. My medically minded friend may be able to confirm or deny that. So, because we're the Keeper and we don't have conventional health, instead all he did was just create a bunch of flies. The blue flies are friendly, they do additional damage, so if we can have some of those, that's going to be very helpful for us. But that's the only ally we have in this cruel world. That's it. If they could detonate themselves, that would make this infinitely quicker. To quote Coppola Gray, Lands of Law 3, why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? You'd save me a lot of time and I'm in sort of a hurry. Alright, my medically minded friend is missing in action, so I'll have to assume that Hematemesis is throwing up blood. He called this challenge and he's not even here watching it! Tech 0 is actually very transformative, so now we get lightning bolts between all of our tiers, which is going to increase our damage output quite nicely. So I'm okay with that. The audacity. I know, right? You voted for Isaac. And for us to pick up every single item we see. He's not even here. This is another character that health ups don't matter for as well, by the way. So, all of the toughest characters we are being handed so far. I really need Little Horn to blow himself up. Just like that, thank you. A little bit of additional damage. Great, he's out of here. Devil Deal is not very useful to us, so we're not going to worry too much about it. Luck Down, not falling for that twice. And the Yellow Pill.
Gulp.
Gulp. So that will... So whatever we have in the bottom left corner as a trinket, that has now permanently... That's now going to permanently grant us a bonus. We can swap out the trinkets as and when we please, but now we've swallowed it and it's become part of our run permanently. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, depends on what you accidentally swallow. Who is my favourite to play as? I like playing as Azazel because he's the easiest. And I quite enjoy playing as Eden as well. Eden runs everything is random. He starts with random health, random stats, and random items, and then just has to proceed through the game that's already random as well. So Eden's always quite fun. I like the costume changes. Yeah, he gets different outfits, well, different appearances depending on what he picks up, and so far he looks like a very... It looks like a crazy kid at a party who's just tripping out. Zombie and Mook, hello! Hematemesis is vomiting blood, usually as a result of bleeds in the upper intestinal tract. Hematemesis is metal as all hell, in theory. Thank you very much. Welcome to this evening's stream, where we have been discussing hematemesis and the pros of euthanasia, among other things. Just to clarify, we have not been discussing the pros of euthanasia. We had an item called euthanasia, and I said that euthanasia would be quite good. That is as far as it went. How are you doing today? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, no, no. We've got to not get hit. If we get hit, we lose pretty much all of our deity deal chance. And that is where keeper runs are won and lost. Lil Chest drops items occasionally. It's not transformative, but it's not disastrous either. It's better than some stuff we could have had, let's just say that. Excuse me. Whenever I watch like medical dramas and stuff, hematemesis, or people doing that, is one of the few things that makes me look away from the screen. Because it's just so unnatural to see. I don't mind seeing people throw up in those TV shows, but like when they do it and it's blood, that's so unnatural and so gruesome. I'm like, no, ugh. I don't want to look at that. The Magician. The Magician is a playing card. Cards are similar to pills, but are universally better. The Magician gives us homing shots for the room that we use it in, so that's a lot more beneficial than most of the pills we've taken so far. The Finger is doing great work for us as well, actually. That passive damage that it's doing is really, really useful. It's just helping to thin the numbers a little bit. Ah, an early shop, right. To be honest, you've got to stick with the wooden nickel as the keeper because you need to be able to generate that money. The car battery is excellent because we're doing it twice, so we stand a chance to gain 2 coins per use. That's a very, very good get for us right there. There may be some longevity to this run yet. I may have been a little bit presumptuous. Okay. A luck up. That's thankful. And I think we go for... We can go for the fanny pack. Every time we get hit, we have a chance to drop either a coin, a bomb, or a key. Could be good. Or we have the starter deck, which gets rid of all of the pills and makes them all cards. And I think the fanny pack may be our best bet on this occasion. So that's what I'm going to roll with. I just need stuff that will increase my longevity. And if there's a chance that we can get bonus coins to use as our health, then I'm definitely going to take that. Okay, these monsters are terrifying because they just teleport around the room and you won't know until it's too late. And they're on top of you and then they damage you! But there's Fanny Pack coming in with the pro play right there and giving us a coin straight away. Immediately proving its worth. Okay, so we've lost our Deity Deal chance, which is sad. As I say, those items are really powerful, so they can make or break a run very easily. So it's a shame that we're unlikely to get one on this floor, but we'll see. We can hope. That's frankly all that we've got. Fanny Pack is the real MVP. Certainly is. Well, it certainly has been so far. In fact, it's probably the most valuable soul item that we have at the moment. It's between that, the finger, and Tech 0. So the watch battery is another trinket, which I believe increases the chances for us to get a battery from pickups, which is going to be useful because then we can use our wooden nickel more times, which means that we can get some more health as and when we need it. It's all about... Hey, look, there's a battery. And then we got our double usage as well. Okay, things are moving in a good direction. The proper way to play the Keeper is to not pick up the coins until you need them. If you pick them up, then they go into your coin counter, unless you are missing health, in which case they replenish your health. So we should probably be leaving some on the floor to pick up for if and when we get hit. However, I too like to live dangerously. Piercing shots. Is that going to be better for us? It is only occasionally, and it might help actually. I'm gonna go with the push pin instead, I think, on this one. The Frail. Similar to Pin, this boss, it just has 2 cycles. In fact, its first phase here is identical to Pin's. But once we get away this soft shell, it becomes a bony mess, and then he becomes a little bit more complicated. Oh, easy! As you can see, the bullet pattern gets a little bit more tricky. He blasts a big scary laser beam at us, and we just about avoid damage. Oh, you had to say it. Oh, I died. I told you, Keeper wins are not meant to be won. You don't win as the Keeper. Music makes me think of Terraria. I've not played Terraria in so long. I always struggle to get into Terraria. Again, like kind of similar to this, and I guess it's the same for a lot of indie games. They're very deep. A lot of them get very deep very quick, and as a result, you can't. It's like you say, you have to really put the time in to get to it. It's better with friends. We did do with friends once, didn't we? We did like a Netrock Terraria session. And you're right, it was definitely a lot more fun when you have multiple people working on it. I guess same for Minecraft as well, actually. It's definitely a lot more fun when you got more people involved. So as he's one of my favourites, we're going to do an Eden run now, because random characters don't like me. we died as the Lost, and Jay wasn't here to watch the run that he requested, so I'm going to pick Eden and go for that. And we'll have a little look and see what we've got, starting off with Sam, Shelby and I played in that world for ages. Do you still have a copy of it? Start it back up again. So here we are as Eden. We start with the Book of Sin up in the top left, which gives us a random item when we use it. Thank you. And we have soul hearts, which are kind of like armor. So those don't count towards our total health. It'll become clear when we get different kinds of health. Down in the bottom left here is the tonsil. I don't know what that trinket does. And over here in the top right we have Guppy's collar, which has a chance for us to become resurrected after death. So it's a nice thing to have. Our first item is varicose veins, and we grow some all over us, even in our hair. Whenever we get hit, we shoot out a circle of tears to damage our enemies. We had that network of rail between our bases, didn't we? I think we did. I think so. Yeah, we moved out a little bit, but we weren't... Yeah, I think you're right. Oop, there we go. Oh! First floor Devil Deal is an incredible stroke of luck. However, I can't take anything. Both of these items cost 3 soul hearts. I have 2.5, so I can buy one, but it will kill me. However, I might get resurrected. It's a 50-50 chance. We've nothing to lose, we've not begun. So, we can go for More of the Void, which is a great item. Small damage up, lets us do area of effect damage to enemies. Or Rotten Baby. Spits out flies, also a great item. I think More of the Void is better in this instance, but I don't know. We'll take it. If we die, we die. Well, I mean, we will die, but if we come back to life... We came back to life! But I'm going to die on the way out of this room. I've been resurrected! Okay, that time it didn't work. That time it didn't work. We played the odds and they weren't following us there. The chances of it proccing 3 times in a row were very slim anyway. Tonsil. After taking 12 to 20 hits, a removed Tonsil familiar starts following Isaac, blocking enemy shots. The effect can happen twice, after which the trinket will be destroyed. It does not deal damage to enemies. Tonsil sucks. Never mind. Let's just try again. So it's a brand new Eden run. This time we have red health. So the red health is what we can replenish. So we in effect have 3 health. All of the soul hearts count as armour. So that'd be 3 health plus 1 bit of armour. Basically. I think is probably the easiest way to explain it. We are starting off with Guppy's Head, which is a great spacebar item. Creates a heap of flies whenever we use it. We have got, over in the top right, Pyro, which gives us 99 bombs. As you can see over in the top left, very useful. Our stats are not looking too bad. Average damage and a slightly above average fire rate, so this should be... The run should at least start relatively well. Whether or not it continues to go well depends on how things go moving forward. The best thing about Guppy's Head is that it is a 1-room recharge, so we can get a new swarm of flies every room. Don't need that. Don't need that. I'm just basically skipping through items that I'm not 100% sure what they do. Mongo Baby we don't need. I've got 99 bombs as well, so we may as well use them. Hey! So there are 12 of these items. These are the astrological signs. This one is Capricorn, which gives us a health up, a stat increase to all of our stats. Absolutely not to be sniffed at. And 1 of every consumable as well. 1 coin, 1 bomb, 1 key. It's a great item. These are sacrificial rooms. We can hurt ourselves on the spikes for rewards. So this one gives us a coin. That one was nothing. And we feel blessed, which doesn't actually have any effect on this floor. The more times you do it, the bigger the rewards are that you have a chance of getting. And you also get a great costume change as well. You get this kind of Centaurian... I don't know. It always reminds me of You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Mr. Tumnus from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. You got that kind of... What is he, a faun? I think it is. It's got that kind of look to it. Minus the hair on fire. Mr. Tumnus's hair was never on fire. At least to the best of my recollection. He is indeed a faun. Faun in my side. Okay, this is a great one. This is why I like playing as Eden. You never know what you're gonna get, and the run always at least starts off reasonably well. Which is half of the battle in Isaac for me. Like if I'm on a crawl of a run that's just no fun, I never finish it. I always quit out of it halfway through. And then when I go to play the game again, I realise I've still got a run in progress, and I check it and I see it's that really god-awful slow run. I'm like, oh, can't be bothered with that. Not that we're close. We're 10-ish subs away right now, but I need to think on the next emote in the chain. And ow. I think there's a couple of options that I would like to think of. And I think one of them's got to be a Scyther raid that we can do whenever we go and raid somebody else after a stream. Scyther love, so that we have a slightly different variation on sort of the Scyther hype. Because the hype's good. But I want one for like... I want a love, a love one as well. Magic Scab, fine. Excuse me, a little bit of extra health, some luck. Take it. I also just thought, what one did I just think of? Maybe like a rip, like a one for when we die. A Scyther rip emote would be quite cool as well. Those are my thoughts. But we'll see. Like I say, we're a little ways out just yet. Maybe need to have a chat with Sam and see if he's willing to put anything together. Oof. All the red health, that's good. It looked like you threw up in your mouth a little when you picked up the scab. That would have been understandable. Certainly would. Oh, don't blow up near me. Thank you. So we need to be protective, because if we take any damage that affects our red health, then we lose our Deity Deal chance. Or specifically Devil Deal on this floor. So we need to play carefully. What are you? Epic Fetus. I mean, we get a very dashing top hat and monocle as Epic Fetus. But now we know we can no longer cry our enemies to death. We simply launch missiles at them. And I did not think the secret room would be there, but very glad to have it there. So now we can just blow up our enemies, and this run is now pretty much taken care of, I think. Costume change! Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's it. Beautiful. Scyther Rip one would be cool. His eyes could be the swirls like when they faint the enemy. Yes! I like it. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I got I'm not dead, but I got blown up, which, as you can see, took away our Devil Deal chance. There is still a chance, but it's looking slim, Jim. So what we really want now for this are some of the bomb-based items in this game. It has just occurred to me as well that we've gotten a bomb-based item when we already had more or less unlimited bombs. Thanks for that, Isaac. Very appreciated. Pills are universally bad. That was a health down. That's awful. But yeah, I like that idea for Scythe the Rip. And also, I die often enough in video games. We definitely need something like that. Okay. What item is it? Chaos! Oh no. Well, I guess a new costume change. We lose Mr. Tumnus and we gain a very wry troll face underneath that monocle and top hat and scab. Chaos basically randomizes all of the items. So now, ordinarily you can only get certain items in certain rooms. Now it's a free-for-all. Now you can get anything, anywhere. And there's, on a Curse of the Blind floor like this one, there's no way of knowing. So, for a random character, a Chaos run feels suitably on brand. So I'm not too upset. I just hope that we get something interesting that comes as a result. Generally speaking, the bomb-based items come up quite frequently with Chaos, so we do stand a chance of getting some good synergies. Oh, and Ace of Clubs. So we've got more or less infinite bombs. We have an item that gives us more bombs. Ace of Clubs turns things into bombs. And that's a golden bomb, which is actually infinite bombs. Now, it doesn't cost us anything to put down a bomb. So, all of the explosives is unbelievable. And we're up against Pin again. One-shotted him, still got our Devil Deal. What a stroke of luck. What's our item? Spider Bite. Now our missiles have a chance to slow our enemies down, as I imagine being shot by a missile probably would slow you down. There's no way of knowing what these items are. And I don't know if I want to spend two... You know what? Let's do it. Epic Fetus. Chaos. We can foot the bill. What do you got for me? Lucky Foot. That's a luck up. Great. I'll take that. I've just noticed I've now got this spider bite growing out the side of my head. And Euthanasia's back, but I don't think Euthanasia's going to do anything with Epic Fetus at the moment. We'll see. We can foot the bill. Are you kidding me? You're absolutely correct. Yeah, we can foot the bill. Picks up Lucky Foot. Oh, you're back? You're back, are you? Well, you'll be pleased to know that we did the pick up every item you encounter run, and it went very badly, because I picked a random character and it gave me the keeper. So that was not very fun whatsoever. So now we're just doing an Eden run to try and make things better. And so far, this Eden run gave us a great start. Then it gave us Epic Fetus, which means every other item we could pick up is slightly more redundant because it won't synergize. And then we picked up Chaos. So now it doesn't actually matter what items we get because we can get anything at any time, more or less. So, this is shaping up. This is shaping up to be probably the best run of the segment so far. I.e., it's the one that's actually being successful. These little tadpoles are irritating when you have an item like Epic Fetus, but we're managing it. Whoa, good dodge. Boom! So, we started with Pyro, which gave us 99 bombs. We then picked up Epic Fetus, which gives us essentially unlimited bombs. On the last floor it gave us a playing card, which was the Ace of Clubs, which turns all of the pickups in the room into bombs. We used Ace of Clubs and it turned a heart into a golden bomb, which gives us unlimited bombs. Now I have Boom, which is a spacebar item which gives us bombs! And any bombs we put down don't explode until we tell them to. Can we... Like, I know I said when we picked up Chaos that the bomb items tend to come up quite frequently, but I was hoping for some of the bomb items that actually synergize with Epic Fetus rather than... I don't know actually, does bomb synergize? Does this one synergize? Can I... No. No, okay. I thought maybe like we'd be able to summon in the airstrike and as and when we wish, but there's no synergy there. Okay, let's see. I mean, that's quite fortuitous. I would just like to comment on how we started the run with the item that gives us 99 bombs, and now we have the skeleton key, which gives us 99 keys. All that's missing now is the dollar to give us 99 cents. Range down. Doesn't matter with Epic Fetus. Doesn't matter. Range is limitless. You need cluster bombs. I don't know if cluster bombs synergizes with Epic Fetus. Ah, darn it. What I want is something like double, triple, or quadruple shot, because you get, for double shot, you get 2 missiles, triple, quadruple, all the way up. So those would be quite fun. But we shall see. Breath of Life, nobody knows how to use that item. It doesn't matter. Seraphim? Something like that? Not important. These don't work. Glyph of Balance, no one knows what that item's for. Shielded Tears, we don't have any tears to shield. Oh! That's cool. Parasite, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure what the Epic Fetus synergies are, so maybe we'll find something. Oh, I've now got a very attractive keyhole in my head. Must have had some microsurgery done. I don't know if damage is an affecting parameter in Epic Fetus, but we'll take the pentagram anyway. Because even if the damage isn't important, it gives us increased Devil Deal chance, which is fantastic. The Dead Cat gives us 9 lives, which would be useful to have. Certainly would be useful to have. Especially whilst we're playing on low health right now. Oh, flubbed the dodge. Never mind. But we'll have to see if I can drum up enough money to be able to afford it. More bombs! More bombs! Mind you, I am carrying the matchstick. The matchstick increases the chance for bombs to drop, so maybe I should put that down before I get even more bombs. Take them both out. There they go. Epic Fetus also suffers from the same thing that Ludo suffered from, where you've got to be able to coordinate both hands so that you don't end up running into your own missiles. So it's normally best to try and keep your distance whilst attacking. Yo dog, I heard you like bombs, so I gave you bombs to blow things up. I don't know how to make that meme on the fly. We gave you bombs to get bombs so you could bomb while you're raining down bombs. Something like that. I don't really know. Now it's just giving me loads of keys, which I also don't need. Excuse me? Oh, orange fires. Gotcha. The orange fires shoot at you, just in case the game wasn't unfair enough. Question mark card uses our spacebar item for us, so we just take that. The Lovers gives us some red health, which is good. The Dark One. I'm going to try and not take any damage. If I can gather a deity deal, that'd be great. Didn't happen. Fast bombs! It's a bomb item, but it doesn't do anything with Epic Fetus! So fast bombs, like, ordinarily would be able to place a bomb. Then a bomb. Then a bomb. Fast bombs we can just keep going. But Epic Fetus, it doesn't matter. Never mind. Let's roll onwards. We're making progress. I think this is as far as we've made it so far. So let's try and do a bit better.
Excellent.
Doesn't mean anything, that pill. I didn't have enough money to buy the dead cat, so I don't feel too upset about leaving that behind. Also, you only get resurrected with 1 red heart, so I mean, what was I supposed to do? I was just destined to take damage there, so again, we've thrown all of our devil deal chance. Nothing matters anymore. I have got the Lover's card, so I'm just going to use that to grab a little bit of extra health. The flies are killing me. Guppy's head is not the great item I thought it was. A haiku about bombs. Okay. Oh, a soul heart. Too little, too late. We can use that to protect our red health, but we've already lost our chance, so... It's another bomb item, but it's not one I need or can use. It's Mr. Mega, which is a spacebar activated bomb item, which I don't need because I've got bombs at my beck and call. What I want is some of the stuff that makes the bombs funky. That gives them elemental effects. Anything like that. Anyway, haiku about bombs. Haiku about bombs. Okay. An explosive ball. A combustible red tube. Yeah. An explosive ball. A combustible red tube. All dangerous. Just scrap that to very dangerous. An explosive ball, a combustible red tube. Very dangerous. There's a golden key. So now we have infinite keys, bearing in mind we picked up the item that gave us 99 keys. The game's max. This is the problem with Chaos though. Like, as much as I think Chaos is a good item, when it shuffles up the item pool and stuff like that, it does kinda... You do end up wasting a lot of opportunity. So it's definitely an item to... You want to think about picking up, if you have the option to. Health up! That's fantastic. Infested means nothing. Feels like I'm walking on sunshine isn't too important. Now we've got the health up, it would just be great if we could spend some of it on devil deals. That relies on me playing well though. Which is unfortunate. But that's just the way it has to be. There is a very slim chance, now we've randomised the item pool, that we could come across an item called Goat Head, which will guarantee us a devil deal on every single floor. We can also potentially come across an item called Eucharist, which does the same thing but for angel deals. So both of those would take a lot of stress out of the run. But I'm not sure if we're gonna get it or not. Good. What's in the shop? Dull Razor and How to Jump. Neither of which are good. Is Godhead Angel Room only? Yes. However, as I've said, we picked up Chaos, which completely shuffles the item pools. So it is entirely feasible that we could find Godhead in just a regular item room. I'm not sure if it affects item weightings at all, so I'm not sure if we have as much chance of finding it as finding any other item, because I know that Godhead's is quite lightly weighted. Pretty much the rest of the angel pool has a higher chance of showing up, so I don't know if it actually changes that at all, but we could come across it. Butt bombs, at last, a bomb synergy I can get behind. So this creates a toxic AoE cloud that does additional damage to enemies. These are the kinds of bomb synergies that I've been crying out for this whole run. So now, we just need to try and play it properly. We've got Gurdy, literally just a massive pile of guts and human meat, I presume. Well, some form of meat. We still got the devil deal! That's incredibly good luck. This is Restock, a very good item. This restocks the shops. So whenever we buy something, another thing will become available in its place to sell, which is very good. It's a great pathway to being able to break the game in ridiculous ways. So hope maybe we can make that happen. What have I got for sale in the devil deal? Nothing that I want to spend health on in this vulnerable position. Acid Baby on the right here gives us pills, and as we've already established several times, pills are universally bad. And the Halo of Flies just gives us some protection from projectiles, which is useful, but not immediately. I'm going to give this guy plenty of my health, and he gives us the Mystery Sack. Again, that has a chance to just drop a thing, a random consumable, at the end of each room. Do it. I did not. Shove it, Sidious. Okay. Things are getting serious now. I don't think we've made it this far in the Isaac segment yet. Things are moving on. Oh, I could use one of my 99 keys. In fact, I could use 2 of my 99 keys to get to a pile of bombs to inflate my already maxed out 99 bombs. You know what? I did it because I had the keys. I'm not going to run out of keys. We can afford that. The rainbow poop is a full heal, so I really probably would have wanted to break that later. Never mind. Oh, so good. Thank you, butt bombs. Probably a bomb. Just take them all out. I don't even necessarily need to aim the missile at the enemies anymore. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. Pro play. I just need to aim a missile in the room, and the toxic damage take care of the rest. That's great. However, we probably should still aim the missile a little bit, just to make sure that we clear up any extra mess. Missing page. Every time we get hit, do a load of damage to the room. And it gives us a bit of protection for our health. But I think we can do better, especially on Chaos. TNT! A spacebar item that deals with bombs. The stopwatch. Whenever we get hit, everything slows down. Mum's razor. Fundamentally useless. The dead cat is back. However, I don't want to lose all of my health. As soon as we take that cat, we go down to 1 heart. So I think I'm going to pass on it again. Glitter bombs! It's another bomb synergy, which I think works with Epic Fetus. Every time we set off a bomb, we have a chance to drop a consumable. And sure enough, it did, but it was a bomb. But the science has proven that glitter bombs works with Epic Fetus, which is going to be very advantageous. But where's the glitter? It would be good if the missiles exploded into glitter, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, it does not. However, maybe that'll be a feature come the expansion pack. That'd be cool if it was. Okay, what have we got in here? Nothing I'm too keen on. Still not keen. Still not keen. Still not keen. It's all very well and good having infinitely restocking shops, but when they're not actually giving you anything useful. I'll buy the Soul Heart to protect our health. Guppy's Collar is back, which we may buy. Because it was on sale, every item that appears here will also be on sale, so we may as well just breeze through all of these and see what we get. So the Necronomicon does room damage. Guppy's Collar is a resurrect. Rune Bag has a chance to drop some runes for us. And Transcendence gives us the ability to fly. Book of Revelations gives us a soul heart when we use it. Mr. Mega would be a great boon for us as well, so we should try and grab a little bit of extra cash if we can. Hydration and posture check. Hydrate. Sit up straight. Shoulders back. Let's do this. I'm going to let my flyers do some of the work here. We've been amassing this small army, so we should probably let them do something. Nice. Very nice. Blowing up these blue fires, the only way to get rid of them is to explode them. But there's a chance they'll drop a soul heart. Thank you. Perfectly timed. More of that, please. Yeah, that one gave us one too. So that's just increasing our longevity. And we got a little bit of extra money, which means I can go back to the shop and purchase Mr. Mega, which increases our bomb damage rather significantly. So that's definitely something we're going to want. The Safety Scissors. Very useful trinket. You may have seen troll bombs every now and then that just spawn in instead of the ones that we would otherwise collect. This stops them from exploding, and then we're able to pick them up. Experimental Treatment is more or less redundant. It's more or less redundant at this point. So I'm not going to take it. It increases all of our stats, but then shuffles them around, and so there's a chance that some of our stats could actually go down. And with Epic Fetus, not many of our stats actually count. For example, our fire rate doesn't matter. For the most part, the damage doesn't matter. Range doesn't matter, so we'll be messing around with our stats for no reason. So there's not really much point. Okay, Rune Bag has come through. What did it give us? It gave us Perthro. The Perthro Rune is actually going to be very useful for us. The Perthro Rune we can use to reroll any of the items that are on what are known as pedestal items, so the ones that we've been picking up. Excuse me. We can go and re-roll them into something better. Hopefully something better. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the shop because we've got 2 or 3 items that we can work with. And I'm also going to buy the dice shard as well because that also gives us the same effect. So Perthro rerolls these 2 books into Mum's Bag of Pills and Big Chub, neither of which are doing it for me. Dice Shard does the same thing.
Dice shard.
That gives us the Scapula. I don't really know what that does. And Bomb Bag, because what do you give the man who has all the bombs? Just a way to generate some more bombs. It's War, one of 6 horsemen in this game. You have the 4 of the Apocalypse, famine, pestilence, war, and death. There's also conquest and the Headless Horseman. Thank you. All that extra cash. What is awaiting for us? Poison bombs. You've got to take it. So now we're not only poisoning our enemies in a toxic cloud, we're just straight up poisoning them as well. And that could help. Forever Alone gives us a little extra attack fly that just buzzes around and does damage. And I'm going to do something crazy. The amount of creativity in this game is astonishing. It's a game that you can tell has however long the Binding of Isaac's development cycle has been over the years. From Flash to where it is now, it's absolutely bonkers. There's a reason why, you know, people have thousands of hours in this game. It is the definition of infinitely replayable. Every run is different, guaranteed. So you may have noticed that it came up on the screen saying Guppy. That's because we have transformed. We picked up 3 items belonging to Guppy's subset. So, oh, my cursor doesn't show. So we have got, actually you can see them all. In the top left, we've got Guppy's head. In the top right, over here, we've got Guppy's tail. And then down in the bottom here, I've got Guppy's collar. That gives us the ability to fly, which we already had. It means that when we destroy enemies, we should generate some flies to help us. And it also gives us a very adorable cat face. Let's see what we got. So if I destroy these spiders, do I get extra flies? I don't think I do, actually. But no, we do not. Never mind. To be honest, the transformation is worth it for the adorable cat face. Okay, friends till the end, we'll take it. It doesn't matter, it just gives us more flies. Infested gives us some spiders, which are functionally identical to the flies. A tears up is entirely inconsequential, but I appreciate the gesture. X-Lax puts a load of that substance on the floor, which, if we didn't fly, would be slippery. There's so much to this game. It is mind-blowing how many mechanics and things there are in here that you'd need to learn. It's one of the clearest examples of... Actually, you know what? It's not even easy to pick up. I was going to say easy to pick up, hard to master. It's not even easy to pick up. You know, this is a difficult game. Even at the outset, it's a tough game. And it's a game that's only gotten tougher as it's been worked on more, because, as we said at the start of the stream, there will be like 800 items in this game. And as a result of having 800 items, all of the good ones do get kind of sandwiched between lame ones and okay ones. So your first run could be so difficult, not only because you don't know how the game works, but also because the game just doesn't throw you a bone in terms of giving you a run that's feasible. Growth hormones, speed and damage up. Speed boost is very nice. I don't know if the damage counts, but we shall see. Okay, another shop that... I mean, we haven't got the money to purchase anything in here anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Surprise secret room, thank you. But even if we did, I don't know if I would be inclined to purchase anything from there at the time being. If we destroy the golden poop, we get the counterfeit coin. Which is fine, actually. The counterfeit coin's not a bad trinket to have. For every coin we pick up, there's a chance that it will increase our coin count by 2 instead of 1. Oh, that's quite good as well, but we have got infinite keys, so... Or near to infinite keys. Health up. Yes, absolutely. Oh, well that's why you take the health up. Is the blank rune worth keep? Blank rune. Don't be a Yera. Bacano, fine. Bacano gives us more insects to help. And Anzus lets us see the entire floor. We didn't actually go to the item room on this floor. Oh, okay, well, we better go and do that. There's no telling what kind of tactical advantage we're throwing away by not visiting. You blow this little sad guy up, gives you a greater devil deal chance. And these machines you can gamble your health away on for money. Not interested. I'd much rather live. The counterfeit coin is actually very good given how we've got shop restock. We might be able to facilitate that game break at some point. Don't actually know what that does with Epic Fetus. This is my reflection, which for the most part is an item everybody avoids. Because when you're shooting your tears, they fly out from you and then come back like a boomerang and just kind of float around you a little bit. They're difficult to work with. Let's do it. Let's see what it's like. It doesn't do anything. My reflection does not do anything with Epic Fetus. Fair enough. I didn't think it would, but it's nice to have that confirmed. The counterfeit coin is actually probably not worth taking. Thinking about it, because this is our last shop, so we may as well take the paperclip. The paperclip means that we don't spend keys when we open gold chests. Here we go! We finally made it! We're now gonna take out Mum's ankle. And rather than crying on it the way the plot of the game intended, we're gonna shoot missiles at it. We're also going to attack various blobs of her flesh and her eyeballs. Because the game needed an additional level of weirdness. That's it. Take her out. She's not stamping on us too frequently. Oh, there she is. Hello. That's the whole point of attacking her ankle, is she stamps on you, but she wasn't going for it. Alright, Anzus means nothing. So, let's see what our devil deal holds. It's Krampus! Occasionally there'll be a boss fight in the devil deal room. And it'll be Krampus. He's not too challenging. And he dropped his head. We're not going to take it, but the head of Krampus just shoots these lasers out in all directions. It's a good item to have if you haven't already got a good item in your spacebar slot. So, oh, I should have black runed it. Black rune sucks up items and gives you stat boosts for them. So I'm gonna take Anzus. And the Polaroid is the better out of the two there, because it takes you on the easier path through the game. And here we are, inside Isaac's mother's scarred womb, ready to attempt to destroy our unborn self. It's a big old floor. Fortunately, the boss fight is right next door to us, so we could just beeline right there. Nice and easy. From this point onwards in the game as well, we've only been taking half hearts of damage to the monsters. From this point onwards, it is whole hearts of damage, so the game gets essentially 50% more difficult, because you're kind of working with 50% less health, in a way. So, oh, watch out for the spinny things. So you've got to be even more on your game once you get inside your mother's womb. But as the boss fights are right here, we're not going to waste any time on this floor. Let's just get on with it. It's the Viz Sisters. These two behemoths just jump around and shoot colossal lasers at each other. And occasionally they tumble all around the floor. But we're not going to get to see that. Because for a late game boss, they are easy. That's a sentence I didn't think I would hear today. That is the MO of the Binding of Isaac. The Book of Secrets gives us the Bookworm Achievement, which not only means that now we have a chance to double shot. That would have been a perfect time. So occasionally we'll drop 2 missiles instead of 1. It also gives us a very dashing monocle for our kitty to wear, which is brilliant. There we go, we got a double missile right there. And now we fight our unborn self. This is It Lives. An unborn Isaac. I'm assuming we need to kill ourselves to stop us ever being able to be killed by our mother. Or something like that. It's a Freudian nightmare, this game, okay? It's not supposed to be brilliantly understood in that sense. Degas. As we said, removes curses, gives us a bit of health. And what have we got? I've got more bomb items. Told you they came up. So, on the left, I've got an item that gives us 10 bombs. I'd like to take it, just for the memes, but no. And here we have Bomber Boy, which gives us bombs similar to that of Bomberman. You just pop that there, and we get the cross-shape explosion, which gives us a heap of items. Every explosion counts, apparently. Tears up? Thanks, I'll take it. Why not? Does that work with Epic Fetus? Oh, it doesn't look like it works with Epic Fetus, though. No, not this time. Unfortunate. Up we go. Do we know where the creator of this game got his ideas from? Ed McMillan has a very unusual brain. His art style is incredible. It's inimitable. I absolutely adore Ed McMillan's artwork. His drawing ability, his cartooning is incredible. I could look at Ed McMillan's artwork for hours. The themes of his games are very unusual and normally rooted somewhere, as Jay says, in his childhood. I don't think that's meant... you can I would honestly recommend trying to track down... I say trying like it's a difficult thing to do. I would recommend looking at interviews with Ed McMillan on YouTube. Because I think even if you have no real interest in his work or game development or anything at all, he's a really... I find him to be a really engaging speaker. Every Ed McMillan interview that comes up through YouTube and stuff like that, I sit and I listen to intently because I enjoy listening to him speak. He speaks very passionately and very knowledgeably and with a great deal of insight into the areas that he's speaking about. And it's just very engaging to listen to. So I would recommend doing that. On Netflix, I think it's still on Netflix, there's a game called movie called Indie Game the Movie, which he features in. If you've got an interest in gaming and indie games, I'd suggest checking that movie out as well. But yeah, I think I've seen in interviews that I think he makes it quite clear, my mother did not try to kill me when I was younger. But the game itself is a metaphor for how... I think he's said he was brought up in a Catholic household, but the religion of Catholicism made no sense to him. And so in a way, this game's kind of his response to that, in a way. He'll be able to articulate it infinitely better than I ever could. So again, that's why I'd suggest to check out those interviews. Dark Matter, very good, small damage up. Jera's a fantastic rune, we'll take that down with us. Ugh. Never press the buttons. There we go. This is art. Stare at the art. You should now feel mentally invigorated. If you do not feel mentally invigorated, here is some smooth jazz. Or whatever the quote was. These enemies are a pain when you have epic fetus. You've just got to wait and hope the missile lands. Actually, oh, we did it. Never mind. Easy. And here we are. It's famine. No time waste. Mum's box! Mum's box is a great item. It gives you a luck up and you can generate trinkets. And whatever trinket you are holding, it doubles the effectiveness off. That's a great item if you can get that at the start of your run. And especially if you can get it in tandem with gulp pills or the trinket smelter, because you can get some seriously overpowered runs. Anyway, time to kill ourselves now. By shooting missiles at us. And using our army of flies. Where's he gonna be? There he is! And he is out of here. Fantastic. Balls of Steel Pill gives us some additional soul hearts. That's very good. Alright, let's go. Down to the final floor. This is it. This is what it's all been building up to. The chest. Down here in the chest, we get given 4 chests to start with, which are guaranteed to give us extra items. Power Pill is a no. Sunshine, whatever. Friends till the end, fine. Another one of those is great. Before we open them, we use the Perthro Rune, then everything in the room is doubled, so now we've got 8 items that could potentially revolutionize the run. We have got... That's not it. We could go with that. We could use that for some extra items. The dead cat again? Is this like the 3rd time? I don't want it. I mean, we could take it now. We've only got the 1 red heart anyway. Sister Maggie. This room is just the devil deal items. Apart from that one. Anarchist Cookbook. Oops. Anarchist Cookbook could be quite fun. The Anarchist Cookbook summons in bombs, and if those bombs have the same boosts that our bombs do, that could be quite a fun item. Come back. Dark Prince's Crown. A second sacrificial altar. Well, we could do that actually. So sacrificial altar sacrifices some of our familiars for items. And now I can pick up some additional familiars and sacrifice them again for some more items. Perfect. And we got like the literal creme de la creme of devil deal items out of those 4. So we have got Incubus, my mistake, which shoots tears identical to what we would shoot if we have them. So that's what our tears would be looking like right now. If we had them. But we don't. Mum's Knife is one of the best defensive items in the game. It does incredible damage. But alas, no, because we don't get Mum's Knife because of Epic Fetus, nor does Incubus. Death's Touch is a damage up, which could be useful. And Brimstone, again, doesn't actually do anything for us because of Epic... Brimstone does do something for us! So Brimstone is what shoots out all those lasers. With Epic Fetus... Wow. I'm not going to say that this run is now impossible to lose. However, it should be very difficult to lose. Alright, what's this one for me? Ah! Everyone recognises this item. It is literally a 1-up. It just gives us an extra life. And bearing in mind we got Guppy's collar, which might give us an extra life. And I picked up the dead cat, which gave us 9 extra lives. We should be fine. We have potentially at least 11 extra lives for this run. So we should be absolutely fine. Do your thing, Epic Fetus. My god, the stain just melted. Mega Man. Not so. Oh! And the Brimstone Beams summon flyers because we're Guppy. So actually we're even more overpowered. Hang on! Just to make it even crazier, because we picked up my reflection, if I move when the beams are out, they wobble. What? This could potentially be the zaniest run I've ever had, and it's an Epic Fetus run. That's crazy. Jay's saying to go to Delirium. I don't know about that. We'll see. If we get given the Delirium portal, then we will. Sad bombs. When we put down a bomb now, it will shoot out Brimstone Beams. But because we have Bomberman, every single one of those is shooting out beams, which is why we get that cavalcade of carnage. Do I get something similar with Fetus? Fetus is still... So it's actually more economical now for us to use our actual bombs. So like there was me talking about the crazy amount of bombs we've gotten this entire run. Actually, I think that's alright. Blank Rune, you're going to give me a Perthro? No, it gives me a Yera Rune. Never mind. Let's see what this does to Chubb. Melted. Alright. Doctor's remote. We could take that. Speed up is most important. And spun. Because we picked up 3 syringes, we've now got a damage up. Which is actually kind of important because now we're shooting the Brimstone Beams. Okay. Oh, Super Envy. I don't know if you saw the health bar right there, but it just went... That's balmy. Just going to let the flyers deal with these. No, I don't need those. Ragman. 3 Ragmen. Just sunk. Delirium is... If we can make it to Delirium, then I'll go to Delirium. There's no guarantee that we're going to get the portal to Delirium. If I get the portal, then I'll go. Dagaz. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Oh, 4 Chubbs. No chance. Sit them down. That's incredible. My concern is, I think if we go to Delirium, we will lose the run, because Delirium's a very teleporty boss, and Epic Fetus doesn't suit those kinds of bosses very well at all. So we'll have to say. Having said that, we've got bombs, we've got fast bombs no less, so I can also just put loads down and actually lag the game. And because of glitter bombs, we can just farm additional bombs as well. So it's actually... We could actually be fine. Especially if we keep getting balls of steel pills as well. Yes, please. Alright, here we are. The final boss in the chest. Let's go. So now it's time to kill our dead self. 2 bombs. Easy. No Delirium portal, I'm afraid. No Delirium portal. Unless... Mama Mega, yeah, I've been holding on to Mama Mega as well, in case we got it. Unless... Can I bring in the dev console? How do I get to... Go to... No. Is it stage? Okay. However, which one's Delirium? Stage. Cathedral, Darkroom, Chest. The Void. The Void is the. I don't like how there's two though. Let's go stage 12. Take me to Delirium. Okay, here we are. We're on the Delirium floor now. Just to bring out some craziness. We're going to use Mama Mega. Every room we go into, we're going to get a bomb flash. Photosensitivity warning once again. The screen is going to light up for every room we go into. And it's going to insta-kill, more or less, any enemy we come across. So it's going to make traversing the room a lot quicker. Because the problem with the Delirium floor is that it is about the size of a normal floor multiplied by 8. Was it really worth it, Little Horn? You were so close to death. Algiz is going to be very useful. Oh! I should have just stayed where I was. Mama Mega is making mincemeat of this, so I don't have to. But as you can see, the floor is already pretty big, but it's just going to keep on getting bigger and bigger. Okay, the Envies. This is a bomb job. It's incredible. Era Walk could actually be more useful than Algiz, because I think Era Walk slows everything down in a room, so that could be useful. The other thing with the Delirium floor is that there are 8 boss fights, or 8 boss rooms on this floor, and you never know which one's actually got Delirium the final boss in. So this is going to take a little moment to walk through. The music for the Delirium floor as well is incredible. I've been led to believe that it's basically a hybrid of every other music track in the game, sort of laid over the top of each other. It is very good. Let's get a bit more volume on it. In fact, the music in all of Ed McMillan's games is really good. It's done by a musician called, or a group of musicians, sorry, called Ridiculon. And they've all got this kind of grungy electro rock sound to it. The Meat Boy soundtrack, you've got to give the Super Meat Boy soundtrack a good listen. It's a brilliant example of their work. Okay, so finally found our first boss fight. And we don't know. It's Daddy Longlegs! He stands no chance. Daddy Longlegs is weak at the best of times. And he's gone. Mum's Eyeshadow. Charming Tears. Oops. Do we get Bright Pink? No, it's still the Pale Rose. That's fine. We're untouchable at the moment. The only thing that can touch us is Delirium. So as soon as we find him, I guess technically, it's going to be chaos. Hey, we got max of every consumable as well by the end of the run. That's lovely. Out. A crawl space? Where does this take us? Just a room with gold. It's there. What did I say? Oh, it's our second boss fight here. And we're up against Satan. So, top tip for Satan, plop a bomb down and immediately toast his first phase, which is a fight against the Fallen. And then you have actual Satan again. Flies did all the hard work there, so I didn't have to. But now, phase 3, you've just got to dodge his hoofs. And again, a bomb is just going to end it. So good! What a run! The box. Another Balls of Steel pill. Lovely. The Fool. Don't need it. I mean, I'll take the Balls of Steel pill, but we're not going to roll with it. We're not taking it. Okay. Oh, another one. Okay. Oh, watch out, Troll Bomb. Get out. It's gone. It's the Triachnid, the stronger version of Delirium of Daddy Longlegs, except it isn't. Homing bombs. And so now our bombs will seek out our enemies? Does that apply to Epic Fetus? It'd save me a lot of work if it did. Problem is I've got Mama Mega and too many flyers to... No, I don't think it works for Epic Fetus. But that's okay, because our manual bombs it will work for. And those are the ones that we're going to be using anyway. Scatter bombs! Okay, Epic Fetus is nothing. What about a regular bomb? It just gets worse. So we got the miasma of brimstone that comes from the Bomberman bombs, with all of those going off. And then the cluster bombs give one off as well. Unbelievable. Off to bed. Good luck with the rest of the run. Thank you very, very much, Nay. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will catch you next week. This is insane. It's incredible, isn't it? This is... I don't know. I don't know. It's unbelievable. This has been a great ad for this game. Tweet Ed. Hey Ed, did you know that people could still do this madness? Please don't patch this out of repentance. I'm gonna do the game a slight disservice now when I say that this is not common. Okay, it's not like playing well creates this kind of run. Being lucky with your items creates this kind of run. So you can't start up the game and expect to get a steamrolling run like this every single time. Some of them are real uphill battles. But some of them are just off the wall. And this is one of them. Everything's just melting. We got Answers, which lets us see the rest of the floor. As you can see, floor is huge. However, this is our next boss fight up here, so let's go up here. Is this going to be Delirium? It's Delirium! Alright. So, you use Aero Walk, slow everything down. This is the first time I've heard the music for Delirium. Alright, let's just... Oh, we got another item as well up here. We got the Blood Clot for a small damage up. That's great. Let's just toast a load of bombs. The game can't handle it. It's lagging. I took damage on something, God knows what. Oh, with homing bombs as well, of course. So Delirium has adaptive armor, so the more damage you're doing, essentially the more health Delirium has. So you're always going to have a boss fight that's takes more or less the same amount of time and is more or less the same difficulty. But it doesn't make these kinds of madness plays any less fun. He's melted. He can't take it. It's crazy. And he is out of here. Most roguelites are like that. That's true. That's Delirium toasted with some sort of insane epic fetus run that I'm very glad is on video. Like, the game can't handle it.
Balls of steel.
It's crazy. And then, of course, glitter bombs. So we've got all these free items and bits and pieces just hanging around that doesn't mean anything for us, but, you know, it's nice. I can't believe it. So you get one bomb with all the Bomberman ones. Then you get about 5 from the cluster bombs. So we go like 6, 12, 18, 24, 32, 38 or whatever it is. The game actually lags. Isaac is a tough game to make lag, but... Oh well, let's get out of here. That's the end of The Binding of Isaac. Start to finish. We're not going to watch the cutscene. No spoilers for anyone who may want to play it. That was a good run. That was an insane run. It definitely shouldn't have gone that way. But I'm very glad that it did. Incredible. Incredible. So, a little bit early this evening, but we are actually going to wrap the stream up for today. I mean, there's 5 minutes left. There's no point starting anything else. We're not going to be able to cram another run into 5 minutes. Unless it was that exact same run. But that's very unlikely to happen. I say very unlikely because the other day I did an Eden run and started with the exact same set of items twice in a row. Well, what's the point? Anyways, that is going to do it for today. Next week will be more of the same. So there is not going to be a One More Block episode this Monday. I did record it, but was really unhappy with how it turned out. So, thank you. More Isaac biddies. Yeah, I was really, really unhappy with how it turned out. So, I've just scrapped it. Basically. So, hopefully, there'll be another episode next week. My schedule's a little bit up in the air for next week at the moment because, as I've said, my housemate is actually back. And we want to actually have like a catch-up at some point. So that's presumably going to happen at some point next week, but I'm not sure what day, so it's going to throw the schedule a little bit. But that's actually probably not a bad thing. Given how we finished Portal, that should mean that I'll be able to meet up and have a night hanging out and catching up with her without affecting the Twitch schedule too much. But I don't know. We shall see. Portal's done. Spinch should be done on the next stream unless it gets insanely more difficult. We'll find time for a One More Block stream. Pokemon Gold, of course, will be back next week. Keep an eye on the Discord is essentially all I'll say for whatever the schedule will be. And as always, that is right there. Indeed it is. Cool. Great time as always. Glad to see. We are going to... Who's up at the moment? Oh, Tempest is on Mario Kart. Let's go do that. Let's head on over there. Everybody, as always, Morgan's not live on my list for some reason. He's feeling low. He's not on my list of go lives. It would help if I could spell his name correctly. Oh, he is live. Why is that not popping up? Okay, we'll go do that. If he's not feeling too hot, we'll go and say hello and give him a little bit of love. As always, thank you for a lovely week, everybody. I will hopefully see you next week for a little bit more of the same. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it may be for you, whatever you're going to do, and I will see you next time. Let's hit the start raid button. There we go. Take care. Catch you all soon. Good night. Goodbye. And all that. See ya.